Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen and welcome to our Irish budget. So my last video I shared with you my budget for September, my projected budget for September 2025. I am using the Complete Easy Cash Budget weekly planner. If you want to have a look at this planner for yourself, it is available on Amazon. It was made by Beautifully Me and You, or Me to You, over here on Etsy. I have them all the details in the description, the links to the both Amazon UK and Amazon US, and also tag the creator as well. So this is my planner. We are going to then put in our expenses once September starts. We have my monthly projected budget done here. There is a challenge that we can do for the quarter. And then once we get the first paycheck of the month next Friday the 5th, we will be doing our weekly budget planner and, sorting out this into actually paying for the stuff. So I have my little magnetic bookmark here that I am going to put and attach there. So we have it on the so this is what I shared in this first video. So I wanted to chat a little bit about what I have been doing, and it's pretty much been following the same thing I had been doing up to May when I stopped recording. So I have my 4 binders. I did have like 5 or 6 binders. I have my 4 binders with my different motor tax and maintenance and all those sorts of things, the different kind of sinking funds that I need. Each of the binders equates to something else. This is one that's specifically just for Ava. This is one, as you saw, that's kind of like just my sinking funds. Oh, this is the annual one here. So all the different events. So birthdays. Then we have summer. I'm sorry, you can see my ring light. Summer, Halloween. We have Black Friday. We have Christmas. So Christmas is the one that we're currently working on, and hopefully this will be finished by September. Then the next one we have to work on is Valentine's Day. There is a couple of birthdays obviously as well. We have birthdays in January, February as well. So then this one here, this is what I showed you. This is like motor tax, motor insurance, maintenance, clothing, and then we have glasses and gym. Gym will also be started this month. And this was my challenge binder, but I don't have any challenges right now. So we have the Saver Friday, which we are working on, and I've continued working on it. So you can see this tomorrow will be the 29th, so we'll owe it 29 euros. But that's all I've done here. I don't use any of these anymore. I also stopped using the Christmas binder that I had started because I just didn't really want to continue it. I just prefer to put the money inside my my sorry, I'm gonna just move this around now. Sorry, shouldn't have done that. I just rather put the money inside of the cash envelope directly instead of doing the challenge. So let's see what I want to do this video on is how we have been going since the start of the year, from January to July. So I just need to get a piece of paper, which I'm just going to use a random piece of paper. Here we have it. So we have had from January to July is what I'm going to be talking about here. So from January to July, we have had spent in groceries. We've spent, because these are the highest kind of bits outside of our, our rent and stuff, which obviously we spend most of our money on bills and that sort of stuff. €2,935.65, which is an average of €419.37 per month on average. Okay, then we have our eating out, and on eating out we've spent from January to July €1,771.96, which on average is €253.14 per month. Again, average. So if we take the two of them, this is €4,707.58, which is on average €672.51 per month. Now, we are a family of 3, 2 adults, 1 child. What I will say is that we love to eat out. It's like our favorite thing to do, but it's so bad for us. Like, I know that's something that we need to look at. Like, spending an average of €672 per month is wild, absolutely wild, because if we do that, we'll end up spending a lot. I can't find my calculators, but like, I literally lost everything in this office, and it's because I need to clean it and I just haven't done that. So this is a lot. Also, during that time, I pulled some figures from YNAB and our daily spend on average. So daily spend on average is €126.96. So that includes everything, all of our bills, cash envelopes, sinking funds, saving challenges, all those sorts of things. Our average spend per day from January to July is €126.96. So what I want to do is kind of look at areas I can control right now, and obviously what I recommend for everybody to do is look at your main bills. So if we go in here to where I did the monthly, I hope you can see this, guys. Let me just check. Yeah. So where we did the monthly budget, you can see we have bills here. So all of these areas are areas that you need to keep on top of and make sure that you're getting the best deal. So our rent, obviously we can't control our rent. Our rent is our rent, and it goes up every year by 2%. So we can't control our rent. But if that is something that you can negotiate, or you can move to a different area that has lower rent, or, that sort of stuff, or your mortgage, I actually don't know very much about mortgages. So, most people, their housing situation, they probably can't negotiate or talk down. We have our utilities. So that's, our gas and our electric. So our gas and electric, every single year I change our gas and electric, and that happens in June. So I leave the company that I'm with and we go to a new company because you get better deals. The company you're with will offer you some sort of, deal. 9 times out of 10, it won't be as good as the company that you're going to move to. But you need to remember what date it is that you have to move again the following year, because there's no point staying with your company. There is much better deals out there. So definitely gas and electric are ones that you can look at. The same if you have oil-based heating. Phone around a number of the oil suppliers and make sure you're getting the best deal for that. Then we have our bins. So if you remember from when I did this, I told you that we have just changed our bin company. Now, that's the first time since we moved into this house in 2020, August 2020, we moved here. This is the first time I've changed, because up until recently, up until this year, 2025, our old bin company was the best option financially for us. but we have now a new guy in town, a new company in town that is offering us better deals, and I have taken them up on that offer. The only drawback is that I do have to pay to close my account in the other one, because that's in the terms and conditions. Those bins have been removed, but seemingly there was a removal fee of €15 per bin, so I did owe €45. But even when I take that €45 into consideration with the current deal, this new bin company still works out better than our old bin company. Then we have our broadband. So again, every single year I look at this and I make sure that I change that, because like I said, they're just going to put that up. So our current is €34.99, and then when it gets to March, it's going to jump up to €70. They may offer me a deal that's lower than the €70, but it's not going to be €35 like it is now. So I need to go to a company that is offering me €35 or a whole lot better than what my current company will be giving. Then we have our phones. So our phones are on a contract for life. We buy our phones outright. We don't do any like contracts, like we don't go and buy the latest iPhone on a 24-month contract, because basically we can't afford it and we don't really need it. So our phones stay pretty much the same every single month for life until we change it. Then we have Netflix. So Netflix has been creeping up and up and up and up and up. I always have conversations with Robert about, should we be keeping Netflix? Are we utilizing it? And right now it is something that our family needs. And then iTunes is 99 cents, and that's just the way it stays. Then you move on to, once you've looked at those and you got your better deals, because that's exactly what I did at the start, is I got my better deals on all of the subscriptions. I cut out lots of subscriptions. If I was in contracts, I just finished a contract with them and then cut it off to make sure I had it cut it off before the date. Then you start looking at your kind of your spending, and that's why it's helpful to have your expense tracker here, because you can look at every single thing. Am I going to the grocery store too much? Am I eating out too much? The answer to those things are yes. Then we used to not have our own spending money, but since Robert changed his job and has earned more money, we now take €15 per week, and that allows us to just have our own little spending money every single week that we can do whatever we want with it. Medical will stay the same like for now, unless situations change, and then we have to probably increase it, but currently it's fine. Household is really miscellaneous. We don't buy stuff for our household with that. It's mainly just miscellaneous. Then we have birthdays, swimming, school, gymnastics. So obviously swimming and gymnastics and hair and beauty are wants. You know, these are things that if all things went to crap, I would cut these out, and I'd cut out like a lot, like our spending money or eating out and stuff. Like I'd literally cut the budget right back. Like the gym is an annual cost that we pay in December every single year. For Robert, he goes 3-4 times a week. He definitely utilizes that. But if push came to shove and we had no money, or Robert lost his job, I would cut that out. Now, obviously, people are going to be like, Karen, you can get a job. And yes, I can and probably will sometime this year to get a job, because our end goal this year, and we've really kind of had really deep discussions about this, is that we want to buy our own home. We have a significant amount saved as a deposit, but unfortunately, the income needs to increase. The income needs to increase so we can get more money. We can get more mortgage, you know. Whilst we have house deposits and all that sort of stuff, like we could get a house and a mortgage right now, but it's just not for the amount that can buy us anything in this area, and even the whole of the county. And with the way that housing prices are going, the next county's over too. So, you know, long story short is, at some stage in the coming months, more than likely I will be getting some sort of job. It will be a part-time job because I am needed here for Ava, because she has all the activities that need to be done. I do have the household to run, and whatever, but it will be some sort of part-time job. Like, I'm hoping, if you remember back a few years ago, I did have a job where I worked from home. I was like his personal assistant, office person, whatever. I would absolutely love if I could get a job similar to that again, because that worked so well around schools and holidays and all that sort of stuff. Because the last thing we need to do is me getting a job and then adding childcare costs onto it, because then that defeats the whole purpose of the whole situation. So that's what has been happening. We've been spending lots of money in this area, so that's definitely something I want to focus on. I will say that we have joined HelloFresh, and we've had our 4th box with them, and so far I've really liked it, and it actually has helped us with our grocery costs. We are on like an introduction cost, so that once that goes, like, people have been saying, oh, just like cancel it and they'll offer you a different deal, or like cancel it altogether and sign up with a new email address or a new customer or whatever. We'll see how it goes. We do have a couple of weeks left on our current promotion. And obviously I can skip weeks and all that sort of stuff. But so far that has helped for 3 dinners of the week. It has helped cut costs as well, because I don't need to buy as much in the grocery store. But these are definitely areas that I want to look at. And then with regard to the house deposit, this is what I am thinking I will use. So if you remember, I received a massive bag of savings challenges of sorry, there's something in my throat, off Joanne sent me everything. So I have been using some of that already, and I think I had showed it inside my videos prior to going on my break. But this will be used for this iris binder will be used for topping up my house deposits. So more than likely I will be using kind of placeholders in here. I don't know if there will be much cash in here, but that's okay. We can deal with that. So this will definitely be one that you will start to see inside my kind of cash stuffing videos. But what I want to know from you guys is, what else do you want to see here on my channel? Do you have any suggestions for me? Now, I don't mean suggestions in like, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that, and why are you spending all that money here when you can save for your house? And like, I understand all of this sort of stuff. I'm not asking you to nitpick my whole life. I'm asking you, what do you want to see in regards of making budgeting fun here on this channel? Do we go back to doing the mini Mondays, or do we like assign specific challenges for specific things to top them up, and like work on month ahead? Or because, you know, every week or every month I will have a kind of like a little bit of money that I am setting aside for challenges. So this is kind of money that we can do fun things with. So let me know what you think. But this is going to be my house deposit, topping it up more and more and more, because you can never have enough money when you're trying to buy a house. Okay, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you do have any comments, please leave them down below. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.